Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. So now that we are a few days into the brand new fall and winter catalog, what are your thoughts of all the new goodies? Have you been to either my website or your consultant's website and taken a look around? Beautiful, beautiful warmers, amazing sounding fragrances. I know I've placed already a couple of orders for myself, so I can't wait for them to come in so that I can share all the goodies with you guys. Oh man, this is gonna be such a wonderful fall and winter season. I am so excited. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you have seen so far. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is totally like, this is my season. Like, this is totally my jam. This is what I live for. It's amazing. So I couldn't be more ecstatic. So with that being said, we are going to continue on with this fun series where we are sniffing our way through said fall and winter 2020 catalog. So I know we left off on the fresh collection. So now today we're going to be sniffing our way through the woods collection. And this one, I don't know that I would agree with all of the scents in here being necessarily a wood fragrance. So, and this is one reason in particular why I like to go through and sniff through everything along with you. Not that what I say goes, that's definitely not it, because as we have mentioned several times, everybody's sniffer differs. So something that I may smell or pick up may translate and be completely different to you. But I will definitely say that there are definitely some in here. I'm not really like a woody scent lover. I appreciate it. I like going into like Home Depot. It smells really good. I love the smell of like fresh wood. It smells really nice and fresh and clean, right? But as far as home fragrance, that's not necessarily my like go-to. But some of these I would say maybe they put into the wood category, maybe because there's more like earthy or green notes to it. So that's why I like to do this little sniff session, to be able to just give you my own personal thoughts. So let's go ahead and get started because we have 14 fragrances to talk about. And let's go ahead and get started. So this is one that we've actually already talked about with the new releases. So if you haven't checked out the other videos in this series, definitely check out the new releases as well. That's kind of where we started. This one is Around the Campfire, and I did order this one. I'm really excited for it to come in so that I can warm it, because this one definitely took me by surprise. It smells really nice. This smells, I would say this is probably the closest comparison to Bath and Body Works Marshmallow Fireside, because what I said in the new releases about this one is that it's like, if you are familiar with Bonfire Beach and Toasted Marshmallow, it's like the two had a baby and had this scent. You do get a little bit of that woody scent. You do get a little hint of smoky, and then there is this sweetness to it that I do really, really like, without it being maybe overly sweet, where some people may think that the toasted marshmallow scent might be a little bit overly sweet. This is more, I guess earthy is really the kind of the way to really describe this. So really excited about this one. Scentsy says, Around the Campfire, make some memories in the mountain air as notes of fresh fallen wood and smoky embers help set the scene. So that one, like I said, it really did take me by surprise, because just based on the description alone, I was thinking it's just gonna be way too woody, way too smoky for my liking. But there is this sweetness in this, and I know not everybody picks it up, but I pick it up and I really, really like it. So I'm excited for this one. We'll see what Sean thinks about it. So not that like he's totally fine if I warm a scent that he's not crazy about. Now, if he thinks it's disgusting, then he's gonna give me a hard time. But I'm interested to see what his thoughts are on this one. Anyways, Around the Campfire. Next one is Be Merry. And this one I believe we talked about as well in the holiday collection, right? We sure did, but we're gonna talk about it again, and that's totally fine. This one, I love this one. And once again, I wouldn't consider this a woody fragrance. I would more consider this more fruity. I can maybe see, because, okay, so let me break it down for you. This to me smells like cranberries and like fir needles. There is that green note there, so maybe that's what classifies it as a wood scent. But It's more cranberries and berries. Like there's a sweetness, there's a tartness, and then there is that kind of earthy green note to it, but I love this scent. This is a really great performer. So Scentsy says, joy abounds in pine boughs dotted with holly leaf and cassis. So I know there's no actual berry note besides the, I mean, holly leaf is not a berry, but yeah, it's, well, I guess holly leaf is a berry because you've got holly berries, but it's just, there's more, like I said, there's a tart sweetness to this as well as that green note. So I don't know, I feel like I would classify this more fruity personally, but that's just me. So that's Be Merry. Next is Cedar Cider. And this one is gonna be definitely a wood scent for sure. If you are someone who you are like, you know what, I love just a good wood scent. I don't know. That this just smells like fall spices and cedar. This really is kind of like, I guess maybe walking into Home Depot during the fall. I don't know. It's that there's fall spices, but it is mostly cedar. So this one's nice if you like that kind of thing. I do have a friend that loves to warm this absolutely all year round because this is just like wood type scents are her jam. So Cedar Cider, an autumn medley of the reddest apples, cinnamon sticks, and vanilla beans nestled among fragrant white cedar branches. I don't personally smell the apples. I can definitely get the cinnamon sticks. I don't get vanilla bean either. I don't. For me, it's just like the cinnamon sticks or fall spices and cedar. Like that's pretty much it. So if you are turned off by vanilla in any kind of way, I would still say give this one a try if you like those cedar or wood-based scents and you're like, no, I don't want anything bakery, no. Still give this one a try. You may really like it. Next is Christmas Cactus. And this is another one that I was like, really? This is a wood fragrance? This one I really love, and I would actually say I would easily warm this into the spring and summer. Now I know the name of it, you're probably like, really? No, but it's fruity. This is like a really sweet, it's a sweet fruity scent to me. I mean, I don't know that Cactus has an actual fragrance to it, but if this is what it smells like, sign me up. Because this just smells clean and sweet, and I would classify this more fruity. Like I can see it being a winter fruity fragrance, but I would also totally get down with this during the spring and summer months as well. So Scentsy says, agave nectar and citrus trim Siberian fir for a new kind of winter wonderland. So I guess that like Siberian fir note is what they're considering to be more earthy, but this is not woody in my personal opinion, but I love this one, and I do really like this. Like I said, I would totally warm this like all year round because it's just really sweet and kind of fruity. So if you like prickly pear and agave, if you like sea salt and avocado, same kind of feel as white tea and Cactus, where it's like sweet, clean, a little fruity without being like overly sweet. Like it's not like a fruity like strawberry or melon or that kind of vibe. It's more clean fruity, if that makes sense. Love this one, Christmas Cactus. Next one is Cranberry Garland, and this is another one where I'm like, well, I would classify this more fruity, and I wonder if we're gonna be repeating a bunch of these. I'm just taking a quick gander here. No, not really, surprisingly enough. So Cranberry Garland, I mean, I guess because there is that green note to it, it's just, once again, it's more, this is more of an authentic cranberry note along with a green note. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, you said the same thing about Be Merry, so let's sniff side by side here. Be Merry is more tart and more actual like pine needles, whereas Cranberry Garland, it's got more of a deep sweetness, and then it's just kind of like, I don't want to say a generic green note because it's not, but it's kind of, I want to call it a deeper fragrance, like rather than like the Be Merry. I love both and they both perform really well. You could probably mix them both together. Why not? But Be Merry is more of it's more tart, and you can definitely define it's more like pine needle, where this is more of a deep sweetness, deep green note, a little richer, if you will. So I can definitely see this being an earthy fragrance. So I love this one. That's Cranberry Garlic. And next is Evergreen and Grapefruit. And this one I'm really glad that they came back with, because this was actually around for a limited time holiday collection last year. Like I said, it's Evergreen and Grapefruit. And this one, once again, it's just more, I mean, I guess I can see this being a woody fragrance because you do get a definite like tree note, obviously evergreen. And then the grapefruit is more, I don't want to say an afterthought, but it's more on like the back end. So it just adds a little element of like a winter citrus along with more of a like a predominantly tree based scent. So Scentsy says, fresh fir needles and white cedar sparkle with radiant notes of grapefruit. So I would definitely agree with that. Like I said, it is more of that tree note is more up in the forefront, with the citrus as just like a back end winter citrus scent, which is really nice. So that's Evergreen and Grapefruit. Next is Iced Pine, and we're gonna get into talking about some tree scents here, y'all, because that is probably one of the most common questions I get during the holiday season is, okay, what are the differences between these tree scents? And we're gonna talk about that today. So Iced Pine, and this one is Christmas tree meets a little hint of like cool peppermint. So this is a cooler based scent, and we're gonna talk about the other ones here in just a few. So Scentsy says, Iced Pine, as refreshing as a walk through newly fallen snow, green fir and pine kissed by icy peppermint. So you have that tree note, but then there is like a peppermint kind of finish that gives it like a cool feeling to this. So I would like to know if you are familiar with Iced Pine and Very Snowy Spruce. Are you team Iced Pine or team Very Snowy Spruce? Because I feel like people are definitely one or the other. So leave a comment. I would love to know if you have tried both. Next one is a brand new one from the new releases, and it's Just For You, F-I-R, Just For You. This one I'm gonna warm, but it's very light. I can almost not smell anything. So it's hard for me to really give you a description because, like I said, I can almost smell nothing from this. So Just For You is wild blackberry, so it's gonna offer a little bit of sweetness. Offers its one-of-a-kind sweetness, a forest of fir balsam and pine needles. So who knows what's gonna happen when this warms up? But I feel like I would really like this because of the blackberries meets tree. So, because I prefer the sweetness over the like cool note, if you will. So, Just For You. I will give this one a try, so we'll see how it goes. Next one is Mystery Man, and this one, I don't know why this is in. I don't know why this one is in the wood collection. This just, I mean, unless you can find a wood of sorts that smells like cologne, because it smells like a sexy man. That's what it smells like. I love this. I absolutely love this. My husband uses this in the body line. Love it. It smells so good, so clean. It doesn't smell heavy. It's very clean and masculine, and like I said, kind of sexy. So Mystery Man, Scentsy says, warm white cedar, green verbena, and citrusy bergamot in a perfectly spiced sensual fragrance. So apparently cedar and bergamot make for a sexy wood scent. I like it. I like it a lot. So, but I don't really pick out, like I don't smell this and think this smells like cedar or this smells like bergamot. I don't really smell that. I just smell the like cologne type feel to this, but it's really good. I do love this. So that is Mystery Man. And next is Pretty in Plaid. And this is one of the ones I'm not a huge fan of, but some people are. This one was a scent of the month last year. A really deep green wax here. This one, ooh, it's strong, man. It's really strong. So I wish I liked it more because, whoo, boy howdy, this is a strong one. It just smells like too much. Even for me. Now, if this was probably bakery, I'd be like all over it. But since he says juniper berries jibe with minty fresh wintergreen, festive Douglas fir, and bright tart cranberries. I don't get cranberries from this because I feel like cranberries would add a sweetness, but I don't get that. Maybe it's the juniper. I don't know. It's so hard to describe for me. This is because I don't even really smell. I don't even smell the green notes. Maybe a kind of potpourri, but I don't say that in a bad way because I feel like Homestead Holiday smells like a fall time potpourri, which I love. But this smells more powdery. This smells more powdery, almost like the same vibe you get from like a super heavy floral. Yeah, this would be like a super heavy powdery floral for me, if that makes sense. If you love this, I am so happy for you that I came back. This is just, it's a little too much for me. So that's Pretty in Plaid. Next one is Saddle Up. And this one is one I have kind of like, I don't want to say a love-hate relationship, but we have an on again, off again relationship. And this one's nice. It smells like leather. It smells like leather, but now we're going to get into a couple of different leather scents here as well. So we'll smell through the difference. But this is kind of, it's weathered leather with like a little, like feminine kind of perfumey twist at the end. But also sheer leather is like that. And we're talking about that next. So why don't we'll sniff through this together. So Saddle Up is Capture Some on the Range Rowberry. Gosh, I know I'm saying that wrong. I can actually hear it in my brain. My words just are not working. With soft suede, aged leather, sheer musk, and a breath of fresh air. So I think it's the sheer musk that's giving it kind of like a perfumey kind of twist there at the end. And I do really like it. You have to definitely be wanting a like predominantly leather based scent because that's what this smells like. But it's nice for what it is. So that's Saddle Up. Next is Sheer Leather. And this really is a leather, if it was a perfume. I know. Yes, this is sweeter. And this is more musky. Like, and I always say musky, and it was funny because I was talking to Sean last night and describing something as musky, and he was like, ugh, that sounds like it would be horrible. I'm like, no, I actually love musky type scents. I think they're really kind of romantic and perfect for like a bedroom setting. But this is more of a like feminine musk with a leather finish. I know that doesn't sound amazing, but this does smell really good, and I actually really like this for the car too. So, Scentsy says, slip into something more sensual like bergamot, a subtle hint of leather, and sandalwood. I love sandalwood. I think sandalwood is such a pretty scent, and that's probably what's giving it more of that like musky kind of feel. Oh, I love it. So this is a little bit sweeter, more of a like perfumey kind of feeling in the forefront with a little bit of like a sensual leather smell on the back end, where this is more leather with a little like kind of musky slight finish. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Next one, we are going to talk about Very Snowy Spruce. And this one is actually my preferred tree scent. And this one is always what people are comparing to. Okay, what's the difference between ice pine and Very Snowy Spruce? I am team Very Snowy Spruce. I like this because it to me is an authentic tree scent with some added sweetness. And it's not, the added sweetness is still authentic to me. It's not, it's not like adding fruit or anything along with it. It's just, there's just some type of added sweetness to this that I just love so much. Ugh, it's so good. I am definitely a very snowy spruce gal for sure. Scentsy says, breathe in fresh forest air, balsam, spruce, and cedar branches. Embrace the warmth of amber and woody pine cones. So I think it's the amber note in this. I love amber scents. If it's got any kind of amber in the fragrance, I'm like, sign me up. I love it. I think it adds a really pretty sweetness without having it necessarily be fruity, if that makes sense. So love it. I am definitely team very snowy spruce all the way. Ooh, I'm gonna throw things first. Okay, and last but most certainly not least is weathered leather. And I like this one. This one brings me back. This smells like very authentic leather and nothing else to it. Like if you walk into a shoe store, if you walk into a store with authentic leather bags, it just smells like really authentic leather. I know if you have been with me for a while, you have heard this story probably several times, but every time I smell this, it takes me back to when I used to work at the Men's Warehouse. And I would go back into the shoe room and I would grab a pair of shoes for a customer, as well as like the belts. When the belts would just come in and we would unwrap them and get ready to go hang them, you would open the box and the whole box would like hit you in the face with that like leather scent. That's what this smells like. So this it takes me back to those days. So, and that's a good thing. It's you know, I really enjoyed my time at the Men's Warehouse. And like I said, it also reminds me of like when you walk into like the purse department of, you know, Macy's or Nordstrom's or wherever you could shop when we could shop when everything was open. But this is just a very authentic leather scent in my opinion. Now, not everyone feels this way. Sean thinks it smells like weird plastic. I think it smells very authentic. I don't know how Scentsy nailed the authenticity of this this leather scent, but it's legit smells just like leather to me, to my nose. So Scentsy says, step into an old-fashioned saddle shop brimming with dark suede, tooled leather, and vintage saddles over a backdrop of oak. So I guess I can see where this is in the wood section because it's, once again, you have that kind of earthy feel to this. So definitely, if you love like good authentic leather scents, give this one a try. I actually love this for the car. Sean hates it for the car, so he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it at all. So I actually had this in a car bar in my car, and he had gotten in. First of all, it's crazy strong. So he had gotten in and he was just like, oh, it's overwhelming. It's too much. And he's like, what is this supposed to smell like? This smells like plastic. Like what is this? It's weathered leather, babe. So there's that. So that is the Woods collection. Now let's talk about what my top 3 picks would be. 1, 2, and 3. It's kind of hard because like around the campfire, I haven't had a chance to actually warm yet. So I'm just speaking on purely on experience, and not in any particular order, but Very Snowy Spruce has to make my list because this is a must-have for the holiday time. Cranberry Garland, this is one of my favorite cranberry-based scents. I feel like it's very authentic and it just smells so good. I love it. And then next is Christmas Cactus. I love this one, you guys, and this one was one that totally like took me by surprise. I was holding that upside down. This one, it totally took me by surprise because I was thinking Christmas Cactus, what is that even supposed to smell like? Love this. And it's a great performer as well. And like I said, if you don't know the name of this, you would totally, if you are a fan of those type of like clean, green, fruity fragrances without having it be too overly sweet, you would want to warm this all year, I feel like. So good. So good. So those would be my 3 picks for the Wood collection. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what your favorites are or what you are looking forward to trying from this collection. I love hearing from you guys. So yeah, that's it for now. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.